a stolen story. By that I mean that it was told to me by the person who lived it, and may she rest in peace. Lonnie Lancaster and the Bionic Man. Crack open that bottle, sweet pea. Use the leopard print glasses. Yeah, those. It's nice of you to stop by. I don't get off the funny farm much. If you told me even 5 years ago that I'd end up in crap senior housing, I would have laughed in your face. Ha! And here I am, stiffening up with the wax figures. It's so goddamn boring around here. Bingo looks like a rock concert. I'll let you in on a little secret, though. This goes back to the frying pan days when it was 525 goddamn degrees. I'm watching Dr. Phil in my underwear, enjoying the air conditioning, when the doorbell rings. I put in my teeth and throw on my orange terry cloth jumper, figuring it's Mormons or somebody's grandkids. Instead, it's Aldo, the office manager. What a nice surprise, I say. He stares at his feet, and I can tell this ain't a friendly visit. But I feel my cold air escaping, so I motion Aldo in and close the door behind him. I'm not going to beat around the bush, Lonnie, he says. Some of the residents have asked me to talk with you about your clothing choices. What residents? It was a group letter. A whole group of them, eh? You part of this group, Aldo, or are you just the errand boy? I've got a copy of your lease here. He waves papers at me. Look right here on page 3, under the dress code. Appropriate clothing must be worn at all times on the grounds, including the pool area. Do I look nudie to you? I say. It's just that, what with grandkids visiting, kids love me, I say. They like my jewelry. We can't have you wearing those, spit out. Thongs or G-spots or whatever you call them. You're an attractive woman. No one's denying it. Maybe you could leave just a little more to the imagination, out of respect for the more conservative residents. That's when I realize who's behind all this. It's that bitch, Holy Mary. You know the one. She dresses like a nun, and it's always Jesus this and Jesus that. She thinks being secretary in the office gives her say-so. Mary's had a vendetta against me ever since she caught her walrus husband drooling down his chin while I sunbathed on my float-a-bed. Aldo, I say, I don't even own a thong swimsuit anymore. Do you think I parade my goods around 7 Palms for free? I shimmy my tatas for him. I could give one of those old farts a stroke. I bet you can, he croaks. Know what? I'm going to show you my suits as proof. Then I want you to tell Holy Mary where she can stick her cross. I lead him into my boudoir, and he gawks at all the studio shots I have up. Aldo's pretty cute when you think about it. He's got a nice full head of white hair and a good tan. Of course, he's married to Ida, but that never stopped me. You know, I was once famous, I say. That's so. You seem like the actress type. I was a dancer in revues. Really more of a strutter. I extend my arms and do my walk for him. Ask any man who spent time in Marina Del Rey in the 60s. He'll remember Lonnie Lancaster. I had top billing for years. I open a drawer, pull out my tiger stripe bikini, and toss it to Aldo. He fumbles and gets his fingers tangled. Then I get out my metallic gold bikini, my silver one, and my black fringed, and arrange them on the bed, bending nice and low to give him a sneak peek. Here's all of my swimsuits. Do you see one thong? Aldo looks at my bikinis like he wants to put one in his pocket for later. He shakes his head. Satisfied? I say. His face has gone blotchy, and he's starting to sweat through his shirt. These all look nice, he says. If you would just try to cover up around the clubhouse, it'll keep everyone peaceful. It's not healthy for some of the residents to get too excited. Mary should mind her own goddamn business. I'll have a talk with her. I show Aldo to the door, though it's obvious he doesn't want to leave. On his way out, I purr, come back again sometime, and I'll show you what's in the top drawer. Aldo matches my smile and grunts. He walks down the manicured path towards the office. I think I've put the whole thing to bed. But the next evening, guess who's back at my door? This time, he hands me a bottle of chilled Chablis. I want to apologize, he says. Aren't you a sweet boy? I take the bottle in both hands. Come on in. Ida's at bingo until 9 tonight, he says. How exciting for her. I gotta admit to you, Lonnie, I didn't sleep well last night. Been thinking about your top drawer. I'm gonna have to check it out now in case there's anything indecent. Now, I don't normally fool around with men from Seven Palms. They're all broke, for one thing. But I just smoked a joint old Sam had given me, and woohoo, and I'm loaded on grass, honey. All I want is the big O. Aldo takes my face between his hands and kisses me softly on the lips. Then he gets eager and sucks my bridge right off my gum. I push away. I trot to the bathroom and chuck it in the drawer. That's when I catch my reflection in the mirror. My hair is frizz-frazzled and it's all stuck to one side of my face. I look like that tabloid shot of Nick Nolte when he got the DUI. I holler for Aldo to open the wine while I slip into stockings and a Black Merry Widow I keep on a hanger for emergency. A little hairspray, lipstick, perfume, not bad considering. Zowie, you really are something, he says when I come out. Did you take a pill? I ask. The man is 76, for Christ's sake. Don't need it, he says. Now, Aldo looks young for his age, but this is a surprising news flash. I unbuckle his pants and sit him on the couch. Nothing happening down there so far. The smooching is real sweet, lots of tongue wrestling and hot breath. I let him play with my boobies, and he gets that happy baby look settling over his face. But still, Softsville. I'm trying to remember where I stashed a couple of Viagra my last beau left here. Meanwhile, Aldo keeps reaching his hand under his balls like he's got a bad itch. I'm about to ask if he needs me to scratch it for him, when he quite indelicately pushes me away and stands up. I'm sitting on my bum on the rug, looking at the most solid woody I've seen in years. I mean, it is long and strong. I crawl over to him like a kitten and put Peter in my mouth to polish him up a little bit. But, Sweet Pea, what that man has down there isn't normal. I spit it right out to have a good look. The skin seems all right, smooth and warm, but it's got these two big round tubes running up the side. It's built like a double-barreled rifle. Aldo gives me a long, sad face. It's obvious, isn't it? He plops onto my sofa, all knobby knees and shirt tails. And there's Cockadoodle standing straight up in the middle. I had a bout with prostate cancer a few years ago, he says, and they gave me this piece of junk. It's a prosthetic. He flicks it. The skin of Aldo's face seems to slide down his skull. For once, he looks his age. I turn on my Tiffany lamp. I sit up straight and fold my hands in my lap like a good schoolgirl. Let's have a demonstration. Come on, don't be shy. Aldo reluctantly leans back on his couch and lifts his legs. He reaches underneath his jewels and presses that sensitive part they have. Peter shrinks up like a busted balloon. Then he grabs his balls and squeezes them. Puff, 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 lift off. It's a pump, he explains. I have to inflate it. Whoa, baby! I've been around every block in the city, but I've never had one like that before. Bring it on! He kneels on the floor by my feet. You asked for it. I lay back on my polar bear rug and spread my legs. Aldo slides his contraption into place. It's hot and tingly, feels for all the world like the real thing, and it's a good fit. So I wrap my legs around him and squeeze down there, give him the Lonnie special. He begins to work. You feel wonderful, he pants. Well, that answers my first question. We're in this together. Now, it's been a while since I last put my back on the polar bear, and I'm a very sensitive girl anyway. I hit my first orgasm in minutes, clawing at Aldo's back like a crazy person. It doesn't take him long to join me. He turns strawberry red, the tendons in his neck stick out, and he growls like a wild boar. We lay back and breathe together. I feel pleased, and yet just a little disappointed in the usual way. See, when I make love, I just want to go forever. It's my curse. Then, a modern miracle takes place. Aldo squeezes his balls again, and we're off to the races. Before I know what's hit me, I'm shouting at the top of my voice, pump it up, and fuck me. The walls are thin, and I just don't give a rat's ass. I'm in heaven down here. I'm right where I want to be, in my own saggy skin in a cardboard apartment, getting plowed by a 76-year-old man. We catch our breath and cool down with a glass of wine. And I'll be damned if we don't do it again. You can just make this thing grow and shrink all day long. Aldo's more likely to have a coronary on you than lose his boner. Sure, it's a little like a dildo, but with a nice warm man attached to it. At first, I'm wetter than Niagara, but by the third round I have to rummage through the drawers for a tube of KY I haven't seen in a decade. I can barely walk the next day, and it ain't because of my bum knee. And I'm thinking, why doesn't every guy automatically get one of these when he turns 60? You know, happy birthday, honey, I got you a new dick. Me and Aldo have been special friends ever since. Every Wednesday, while Ida's thumping on her bingo cards, the bionic man lets me play with his secret weapon. It's better than real, I'm telling you. Anyway, the next time Holy Mary tries to mess with me, she doesn't get so far. She and a bunch of suckers sign a petition to ban smoking within 50 feet of the clubhouse. You know what Aldo says when Holy Mary brings him the signatures? He says we have a right to smoke outside. He tells her to use the side exit if the smoke bothers her. Phyllis, Flo, Deputy Dog, Ken and Henrietta, Dilly, Long Don, Juan, and Chuck B. all smoke. Hans and Franz both smoke, and Dr. Doolittle, that asshole, smokes like a Mack truck. I did them all a service, and they'll never even know it, because I don't kiss and tell. Yeah!